The odds of any card at any number are 1 in 52. I've done another video on the maths of why that works. Go watch that if you want a more in-depth argument about that. This is just going to be a bit of a ramble about other things that are also a 1 in 52 chance. And along the same lines of pick a number, pick a card. So, a deck of cards. Someone names a number, someone names a card. You run through this to that number, you take it out. What are the odds that that card matches their number? It's 1 in 52. And that works with a regular deck. It also works with nearly any other deck, provided the person you're performing to isn't aware of what the deck is made up of. So, for example, this deck here is all the 10 of clubs, which effectively removes the part of the equation of them picking a number. Because regardless of what number they pick, this card is going to end up being the 10 of clubs. So it really only becomes the chances of them naming the 10 of clubs, which is, of course, 1 in 52. Where was I going to go next? Rambling. Yeah, so that's the obvious one. Is it doesn't matter whether you're using a full deck or a one-way deck. And because that end of the spectrum is true and that end of the spectrum is true, it holds that pretty much everything else in the middle is as well. So, for example, I have a deck here that is a bunch of 4 of diamonds, and then a bunch of 7 of diamonds, and then a couple of jumbo cards, and then the rest are random. This also would end up with odds of 1 in 52. They're more likely to land on a 4 of diamonds or a 7 of diamonds. That's kind of, I've got more of them. It's kind of balanced out by them not ever going to land on, say, the ace of spades, which this deck doesn't have. So the way I usually think of it is the number part of it just generates a random card. It just generates a card, and that card can only be one of 52 things, and it does not matter if you've done that from a regular deck or a one-way deck. The odds that someone will name what this card is 1 in 52. Pretty much regardless of how it's chosen. Another one is, it also doesn't matter how many cards are in the deck. That one that I just picked up there with the 4s and the 7s and the random ones looks like it's got about 52 in it. So if you had more than 52, it would still work. It also works if you've got less than 52. So this deck here has got about 20 cards in it. You could either do that as you have someone name any number 1 to 20 and then name any card, and it still works. The odds of them naming the 8 of diamonds are 1 in 52. Alternatively, you could still do this as any number between 1 and 52, provided you count cards to the bottom. So you do 1, 2, 3, and so on and so on and so on. Then you could count to whatever number you like. That then also applies to just having 2 cards, because you could simply go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it, of course, only applies to 1 card. Name a number. 1. This deck, just coincidentally, is all red cards. Doesn't change the odds of it happening. They might name a black cards, but 1 in 52 chance that they will name the 2 of diamonds. So there you have it. Any card at any number. Doesn't really matter what your deck is made up of. The only other thing I did think of while I was putting random decks together was if you put one blue one in, then you'd have an entirely red deck apart from the one blue card, and the odds of them naming a number and any card and it happening to be the only blue card in the deck, so someone would name, that's about 30 cards down, someone would name 30, someone would name 3 of diamonds, and it happened to be the only blue card in the deck. That one actually is 2,704 to 1. Maths. Stay safe, everyone.